Our mission at the Motorhome Map podcast is to shine a light on the issues facing motorhome, caravan and campervan owners, to answer important questions for those new to the pastime and to investigate what the future holds for this booming industry. This week, I was privileged to have an exclusive interview with the president of the AA, Edmund King, who revealed worrying truths about smart motorways and informed me about the AA's new campaign to make UK motorways safer and more efficient for everyone.
Well, one of the things many people will know I've been quite critical of over the last decade, over the last 10 years, is smart motorways. So, when they were introduced in 2006 on the M42 in the West Midlands, there was a pilot. It worked quite well because they had emergency refuge areas every 450 metres. It had overhead gantries, etc. And it kind of helped with congestion. What then happened, and this was the big scandal over smart motorways, they were then rolled out with cost cutting. So from 400 metres, ERAs were stretched out, emergency refuge areas, to 2,500 metres or every mile and a half. And we said at the time, well, if you break down, you can't choose always where you break down. No. And a mile and a half is too far to gamble with people's lives. And unfortunately, lives have been lost. I've spoken to too many parents of people who've lost sons, daughters, whatever, on these motorways. And also, when they were rolled out, they didn't have the radar technology that they said they would have. It was a complete scandal. There were just 23 miles of smart motorway on the M25 had this stop vehicle detection. The rest of the network had none. Now, we've embarrassed the government into taking some action, and now they have rolled out this stop vehicle detection. It's not perfect. There are various cars. I had to warn my sister, drives an MX-5, because an MX-5 is quite low. Radar doesn't get you. So if you break down in an MX-5 or a classic car, the radar won't pick you up. So, there are so many issues there. What I've said to government, look, smart motorways are never going to be popular. And you can argue all day long, as national highways do, that yes, they're safer, etc. But common sense tells you, if you're breaking down and there's nowhere to stop, you become a sitting duck, and it doesn't matter how good the technology is. There are too many dependables. Will a red X come on? If a red X comes on, will the vehicles abide by that red X? Will they see me in the fog? There are too many dependables. So what we've suggested to the Minister is run a pilot whereby you take the inside lane, which incidentally, in congestion terms, between 30% and about 45% of people do not use the inside lane on a smart motorway because they're petrified there may be a broken down vehicle ahead. So you're not even getting the congestion benefits. So what we've suggested is take the inside lane, put a permanent red X on it, basically make it a hard shoulder, but then run a lane discipline campaign with the police to get better use out of the capacity of the motorway. All too often, you see on a 4-lane smart motorway, people are only in the inside 2 lanes. If you could get people to move over to the left when not overtaking, you would increase capacity by about a third, and therefore you wouldn't be causing more congestion by turning that running lane into a hard shoulder. So this is the exclusive. This is what we've put to government. Whether they adapt it, who sees, but we will keep pressure on them.